This is Queen of Life Tarot. Today I will be sharing a true story that happened within my own family. I will title this A Christmas Miracle. Christmas had never been a holiday I truly embraced. It wasn't that I disliked the season. I appreciated the lights, the music, drifting through the cold December air, the way strangers seemed to smile a little more. But as a single mother of 4, Christmas wasn't about joy and festivities. It was about stress, pressure, and the overwhelming guilt of not being able to give my children the magic they deserve. That year in particular, the weight of financial burdens pressed down on me, harder than ever. The bills piled up faster than I could pay them. Food had to be stretched carefully, and every purchase required calculated thought. I was barely making ends meet, and truthfully, that itself felt like a miracle. Yet I knew my children were excited for Christmas. They had been talking about it for weeks, making lists with bright eyes and innocent hope, assuming that somehow, just as in years past, gifts would appear beneath the tree. Except this time, there were no hidden presents, no secret savings, no backup plan. The thought of waking up on Christmas morning with nothing to offer felt like a heavy lump in my throat that refused to go away. I tried to shake off my worries, to accept that maybe this year would be different. Maybe I would have to teach them the deeper meaning of Christmas, about family, warmth, and togetherness. But deep down, I wanted them to experience the sparkle, the enchantment, the unbridled joy that only a child can feel on Christmas morning. One evening, exhausted after a long day, I found myself mindlessly scrolling through YouTube, searching for anything to distract me from my reality. That's when I stumbled upon something unexpected. A spiritual channel discussing the power of the new moon in our sun sign. As I listened, something inside me shifted. The speaker explained that when the new moon aligns with our sign, it presents a powerful opportunity to manifest our deepest desires. It was a moment of heightened energy, a gateway to abundance, if we were willing to tap into it. Curious, I glanced at the date. My breath caught in my throat. It was that very day. It was the moon in my sun sign. Was this a coincidence? Or was the universe speaking directly to me, reminding me that I still had time to create the Christmas I dreamed of for my children? I didn't hesitate. I couldn't ignore the pull I felt in my spirit. I had nothing to lose, and so I decided to embrace the wisdom wholeheartedly. I gathered the few supplies I had: a green candle, cinnamon, and sugar. Green, the color of prosperity; cinnamon, the spice of attraction; sugar, the essence of sweetness and abundance. As I set everything before me, I closed my eyes and envisioned my children's faces on Christmas morning, their joy, their laughter, the sparkle in their eyes as they tore open beautifully wrapped gifts. I imagined the feeling of relief washing over me, the certainty that I somehow, against all odds, made it happen. I whispered my intentions as I lit the candle, pouring all my hope, all my desperation, and all my belief into the flickering flame. This Christmas, I said softly, I will receive the abundance I need to give my children the magic they deserve. I sprinkled the cinnamon and sugar around the candle, allowing the energy to move through me, feeling the warmth of possibility fill the room. And then I let it go. I didn't dwell on whether it would work. I simply trusted. The days that followed were astonishing. Out of nowhere, opportunities arrived. A friend reached out asking if I could do her hair before an important event. It wasn't unusual for me to take on styling work, but I hadn't been expecting this particular job. As I styled her strands into an intricate design, I focused on the intention I had set. The hours passed quickly, and when I was finished, she beamed at the final result, praising my work. But what happened next caught me off guard. She handed me the payment and added a generous tip. More than I had expected, more than enough to start buying gifts for my children. A wave of emotions surged through me: gratitude, shock, relief. Could this truly be the manifestation at work? Yet it didn't stop there. A second client reached out within the same week, booking an appointment and paying immediately. Then another, then another. I watched as the funds accumulated, more than enough to fill my home with presents and holiday cheer. It was as if the universe had opened a floodgate, pouring abundance into my life in perfect timing. When Christmas morning arrived, my children woke up to the sight of beautifully wrapped presents under the tree. Their excitement was electric, their laughter filling the air like music. I watched them open each gift, their eyes wide with joy, their smiles radiant. As I stood there taking in the scene, the very image I had envisioned, I felt the undeniable truth of it all. This had been a Christmas miracle, not just because of the gifts or the money, but because something deep within me had shifted. I had learned the power of belief, intention, of trusting that what we put into the universe can truly come back to us in ways we could never have imagined. I had embraced the magic, and in return, the magic had embraced me. And as I held my children close, I knew that I would carry this lesson with me forever.